I'm out at Hike RV in Campbellfield, Victoria. We just hitched up the Hike RV Amore Ultra. Now the Ultra is the top end pack that Hike RV offers on this caravan. We've hitched it up to the Isuzu D-Max. We're going to take it out, see what this caravan's all about. Now this is a customer's van. They've fitted it out with a number of different options. The van weighs just a shade under 3 tonne at Tare. So let's hit the road. We'll get to our destination and see what this van is all about. First impressions, towing the Amore Ultra, not a problem at all. Look, I've only been towing it for about 10 minutes, first on some side streets, now we're on the highway doing about 90 k's an hour. As I said, the caravan does weigh just a shade under 3 tonne at Tare. It's got an ATM of 3,500 kilos and an unladen bull weight of 239 kilos. So look, I think this caravan is well weighted for what it is. It's got a reasonable payload capacity. One thing to know about this caravan is that it is pre-wired for an inverter. This caravan has been optioned up with a 3,000 watt red arc inverter system. That's something that the customer of this caravan specifically chose. Very good choice. This caravan is also a bunk van. We have looked at an Amore Ultra by Hike RV in the past. That was a standard sort of couples touring caravan. It had a split bathroom setup. This is the first time I've seen one in bunk format, so that's going to be very interesting. But I do think that Hike RV is a manufacturer to watch. They are doing some interesting things. Now, I said in the car that Hike RV is one of those manufacturers to watch, and one of the reasons for that is really the way they do their fit outs on the inside of the caravan. The layout on this particular van is fantastic. I really like it. We've got the front bedroom, we have a split bathroom, this offside club lounge, angled kitchen over there on the near side, and the bunks at the very back. So often in a family van, you have a separate, rear bedroom for the kids, which entails, a bathroom in the back of the van as well. Nothing wrong with that layout whatsoever, of course, but this one, in my mind, works very well. Now, I said in the car that Hike RV is a manufacturer to watch, and one of the reasons why I say that is their interior fit outs. They're a little bit different. They've got a lot of wow factor and quite a few layouts to choose from. Now, this particular layout is quite similar to the last Amore Ultra that we looked at, that also had a front bedroom for the parents, the split bathroom, but it was this main cabin area that was a little bit different. In that van, we had the club lounge across the very back of the van. Here we have it here on the offside with a near side angled kitchen, and all that makes room for those rear bunks. First observations, we're not doing too badly at all on storage. We've got a wardrobe with some drawers for the kids, a little bit of space under the bunks as well that you can access thanks to some hatches. Overhead lockers in all the right places, and some pantry space and general cupboards and drawers in the kitchen too. Now, Hike RV vans are available in 3 different sort of model tiers. You've got the Hiker, the Terrain, and then you've got the top end Ultra pack. And one of the things you get with the Ultra pack is this textured wall panel here, but also that LED light panel in the front of the van. That's quite unique. I really like that. To be honest, when it comes to caravans, often it's those little points of difference that make the difference. The Amore Ultra is built on top of a silver shine chassis. It's 6 inches with a 2-inch chassis raiser. But this particular caravan, the customers have upgraded from a 4-inch A-frame to a 6-inch A-frame. And that's the thing with Hike RV. They are able to accommodate most, if not all, reasonable custom building requests. Now, in the car, I did mention that 12-volt system, which is comprised of 2 200 amp hour lithium batteries. We've also got 5 200-watt solar panels on the roof. That's part of the Ultra pack. We also have a full BM Pro battery management system with the Odyssey link, which allows you to get all that crucial battery data straight to the app on your smartphone, as well as via the digital display, which is just near the doorway. You've got 2 110 litre fresh water tanks, as well as a 110 litre grey water tank. The other things that you get with the Ultra pack include a 224 litre Dometic compressor fridge, a Swift mini grill, you've got the black tapware, a Swift instant hot water service. So it seems like there is quite a lot of value with the Ultra pack. It even includes a 2.5 kilogram top load washing machine in the ensuite. It uses Tough Ride independent coil suspension with twin shockers per wheel. This Caravan also includes rear recovery points. And something else that this Caravan offers are these remote light switches, so you don't have to have them permanently mounted if you don't want to. You could perhaps use some double-sided tape, move them around the Caravan to wherever you like, or, leave them loose. They just basically talk to a little receiver that's up in one of those overhead lockers, change the lighting configuration however you like. One or two other things just to mention very quickly is the fact that now Hike RV offers an air fryer as standard with the Ultra pack. However, the customers for this particular Caravan specifically opted instead to have a 20-litre microwave fitted above the fridge. As for these lights, this LED strip above the cupboards here on the offside of the Caravan are normally located here, just in the dinette area just below the overhead lockers, but again the customers specifically wanted them instead to be fitted above the overhead lockers. So I don't know if you can see this on camera, but rather than a bead along here between the benchtop laminate and the wall laminate, what we have instead is a very thin, very neat bead of clear silicone. And what that tells me is that the Hike RV has put a bit of thought into the way they've finished off this Caravan, because so often you'll step inside a van and you'll find a bead there and it makes you wonder what sort of sins they're covering up underneath. So in my book, that is a big tick. And this is another example of the fit and finish that goes on inside these Caravans. They've even put a bit of trim on the tops of the doors. And one thing that you'll notice is that all the locker doors are on piano hinges, which to this day I think is still the strongest way to connect your locker doors. At least I haven't seen any better solution. Now, I also mentioned in the car that this Caravan had a 3000 watt red arc inverter. That's a customer's choice. Now, you don't get that 3000 watt inverter as part of the Ultra pack, but everything is all pre-wired to readily accept an inverter. So that's all wired to all your 240 volt points throughout the Caravan. Just a case in this situation of pushing that button right there, and that'll give us 240 volt power to all of our power points off the lithium batteries that are mounted in this Caravan. And when you need some privacy to use the shower or the toilet, it's just a case of pulling across this concertina screen. Works well. The parents, however, do get a solid sliding door. So this is the LED light panel in the bedroom that I mentioned. It's got a strip of LEDs in the wall cavity between the shower and the bedroom wall, and the LEDs have been offset to one side, more towards the wall cavity. The idea being that it'll give you a nice, soft, night light without it being too overbearing to the point that it'll keep you awake at night. And it's also remotely activated on the same button as the LEDs above the bedroom's overhead lockers. And one other thing about the bedroom is these 12 volt fans by Safety Dave. This is actually the first time I'm seeing them, but what makes them different is the fact that they are remote activated. Both of them will work on the same remote control. Now, as I said, this is 22 foot 6 inches worth of tandem axle Caravans. It's a riveted aluminium frame with composite aluminium cladding. Up front, DO35 coupling, which is a fantastic bit of kit. Full checker plate storage box on the A-frame as well, including 2 9-kilo gas cylinders in the central compartment. So storage-wise, this Caravan is doing really quite well, especially with the inclusion of the tunnel boot. But if we go right round to the back offside corner, what we'll find is yet more storage. And let's face it, when it comes to Caravans, you just can't have enough storage, provided you stay within your payload capacity when you fill these storage compartments up. And I'm not going to say no to that rear view camera or that rear spotlight on the back. I mean, that's just really useful, isn't it? So rather than the traditional entertainment box, which is, usually recessed into the side, what we have here instead is your normal picnic table. And can I just say, thank goodness we don't have a picnic table with yet more keys, because why do you need more keys? So you'd put your TV here on a little stand. You've got your connections here for your 12 volt power to the TV, as well as your antenna point right here as well. So this is where you'd put your little Ziggy, your Weber Q right there. And then they've got a gas bayonet here, so you can plumb your gas directly to the van. No fuss, no muss, since 6 a.m. But that brings me to my final point, and it's actually quite important. Hike RV has every Caravan independently pressure tested for leaks, and as a result, you get an extra 20 months of warranty on that, on top of the standard 24 months of warranty that Hike RV gives you. So this is the second Hike RV that I've looked at, both of which were Amore Ultras, but different layouts and different features. And if those two Caravans are anything to go by, Hike RV are certainly worth putting on your list of potential manufacturers.